Ladies and gentlemen, Dragon Ball Legends' 5th anniversary is quickly approaching, and it is looking to be an incredibly hyped time with, I think, Ultra Vegito Blue as our headliner. Today's video, I'm going to be discussing my predictions for what units and banners we'll be getting during the 5th anniversary. I won't be covering events, because honestly, it's impossible to guess, like, what new event they might bring out, how it's going to look like. It's going to be the same. You fight probably 10 billion bosses in a row, and then you finally get like 3 CC for your work. Today's video will be about banners, and just to clarify this, if you didn't know, anniversary will probably be beginning on the 27th of May. All the anniversaries besides first anniversary have began on this last Saturday of May, whatever date that is. You know, each year it changes. So this year it's the 27th. The Majin Buu Saga login campaign thing basically wraps up on the 19th, a week before. So I think this likely will be seeing our new characters arrive on the 27th, and we have reveals and stuff, you know, maybe the 25th or something. I think that might be likely. And with that, though, let's just get right on into who our first banner unit is going to be. And I've chosen GT Universal Spirit Bomb Goku. LF. He'll be an LF. We'll start off with an LF Universal Spirit Bomb GT Goku. And I'm kind of torn on this one because, honestly, this is the start of anniversary. You want it to be hype. Last year, we got MUI. I do not think, sadly, that we're going to be getting dual banners again. How in 3rd anniversary, you know, we got LF Gogeta, and then the other banner was LF Zamasu, and they have, of course, 2 Sparkings each. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to follow a similar format to last year, except there's going to be 1 extra banner. Simply because of how the timing of things works out, which I'll explain when we get to the next banner, because then it'll make more sense. But I think GT Spirit Bomb Goku will start. I've been torn between this and a tag Goku and Frieza from the Tournament of Power, because I think that would be more hype to most people than this. There are people who are definitely hyped for this. This is a big moment in GT. It's Goku. People love Goku. But I picked this over the Goku and Tag Frieza because I feel like they could drop during Festival, and it's been longer since GT got something than it is Unirep. Unirep has gotten things a lot more recently than GT, which hasn't gotten anything since last Legends Festival, which will be about 6 months ago-ish, by the time they would end up getting this GT Spirit Bomb Goku. So that's why I went with this. In terms of what color he'll be, I'm just guessing blue. Again, colors are really tough to guess because they kind of just do whatever. Even though there may be a weakness, like I picked blue because I feel when you look at the GT tag, blue is a lacking color. You know, you got Ice Shenron and Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and as great as the mighty blue Super Saiyan 3 Goku is, I just think blue would be pretty useful for this team. Green is pretty solid. Purple's pretty solid. Yellow is still pretty solid. So I felt that blue would be a good shout here for the Spirit Bomb Goku. And then I feel like blue would just look cool with his blue aura that he'd probably have on the card. So that's why I went with blue. I think this will be our starter. I feel like this is a hype unit. He'll come on a banner with 1 other Sparking. I think, again, they're going to do it like last year, as sad as that may be. Hopefully we get more Sparkings than just 1, but I think it's going to be 1. And I chose Yellow Baby, a Sparking Yellow Baby. I, again, just picked yellow because it's been a while since he got his Zenkai, so I could feel them being like, all right, let's bring out a new unit. But honestly, I could see Baby being a red, too. And then I picked Baby instead of Shenron because we have so many Shenrons, man. Shenron. These two are Shenrons. More Shenrons. I just decided, hey, Baby would fit better since we haven't gotten a new Baby in a very, or at least a new Sparking Baby in a very long time. There's, of course, I guess, the Extreme Baby Vegeta and the Super Baby 2 Extreme. Move Baby, and then yellow or red, honestly, it could be either or. I'm just picking from colors of weakness. They could make whatever the hell color they want to be honest. They could make purple if they wanted green. But that's what I decided to go with a Baby Sparking alongside an LF Spirit Bomb Goku as our opening banner, which, if you're not a GT fan, probably going to skip. I think he'll probably buff GT, Sun Fam, and then maybe Saiyan as like his 3 tags if he buffs 3 tags. I think that could be what he's looking for. So if you run Sun Fam or something, then maybe you'll, of course, go in for this. But our next unit, I think, is going to be the big headliner for the anniversary. And that is, of course, Ultra Vegito Blue, baby. I do think it's possible that we don't get him. Quite honestly, I think it's a possibility, but I do not think it's likely. Because Vegito has been in every single anniversary. The only anniversary he hasn't been the headliner was the 3rd anniversary that I showed you all. Where'd they go? The 3rd anniversary where we had Gogeta 4 was the headliner. Zamasu was also there. They were both came at the same time, but look at the anniversary badges. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He was the headliner. But we still got a Vegito. We got the purple Super Saiyan Blue Vegito on the Zamasu banner. And I don't see an anniversary where we don't get an Ultra Fusion. I just do not. If we don't get Vegito Blue, I think it will be Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but I think VB is just more likely because we just got Ultra Gogeta Blue, and then they'll save Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta for Festival. So if you want Ultra Gogeta 4, I don't think it's going to be that long of a wait. if we don't get him during anniversary. But I think VB is more likely because, again, we've never not gotten a Vegito. First anniversary, LF Super Vegito. Second anniversary, LF Vegito Blue. Third anniversary, he was not the headliner, but we got Purple Vegito Blue. Fourth anniversary, we got Ultra Super Vegito, and then I believe Ultra Vegito Blue drops for 5th anniversary. He'll be our headliner. He'll unfortunately just have a normal Ultra banner, I think. So it'll just be him, and then whoever else, all their old units they throw on there. But this will get a whole lot of people to summon. In terms of what color he'll be, my guess is red. Because when you just look at Fusion Warriors, like, come out with yellow, obviously Ultra, purple, Ultra, blue, even though he's getting old, he's still not that bad, to be honest. If he just got a couple things, he could definitely shoot back up into being one of the best units. So I think blue isn't necessarily a big need here. Green or red, I think, is possible, but red is so bad, man. Red hasn't gotten anything since the Red Kefla. Like, red is so... Oh, my goodness. I guess there's the Zenkai for red Vegito, but red has not gotten something in a very long time, and I feel red is a great big need. And the reason I'd say not green, because you could make an argument green is also needed by this Fusion Warrior team. The only reason I'd say not green is simply because of the recent Ultra that is also a future God Key unit, just like Vegito Blue, who is green. That's this man, Rose, is the reason I don't think he'll be green. Just because they share future and God Key, which Vegito Blue will probably also buff future God Key alongside Fusion Warriors. And so I think red is the most likely for Mr. Vegito Blue, and then you could run him perfectly with Rose. It'd be a great duo. Green to cover for VB's red would be immaculate. Also, the reason I say that now we're doing an LF, then an Ultra, and not LF, LF, then an Ultra like last year, is one, because I think the format is going to be LF, Ultra, LF, Ultra. And when you look at the timing of how this will shake up, if we start out with a GT Spirit Bomb Goku LF banner, that would be starting about, you know, the 27th, we'd probably get that unit. And then that would probably last until, you know, middle of June. At the very least, the double Z-Power part of the banner would last until the middle of June. And then, well, why does the middle of June matter? Well, if you look at how often we've been getting Ultras in 2023, not counting Gogeta Blue, but only the ones in 2023, we got hit at the very end of January. Then 1.5 months later, we got Rose in the middle of March. And then 1.5 months after that, we got Kid Buu at the end of April. So 1.5 months after Kid Buu would be middle of June, and that's why I think we'll get Vegito Blue as the second banner. Ultra Vegito Blue will drop. Everyone will dump their CC, me included, trying to get this man, go for him 14 stars or whatever. And I think he'll be a red. That would really help Fusion Warriors and would just be, I feel, a good color for him. So that's, I think, we're going to have for our second banner. Now for our third banner, I think this is one that not a lot of people are going to expect. And that is LF Janemba. I've picked Janemba. Many people are probably predicting Orange Piccolo, but I've gone with Janemba. And the reason I've gone with Janemba instead of Orange Piccolo is because I honestly quite think a Ultra or LF Orange Piccolo, whichever it is, it'd probably be an LF Orange Piccolo first since Beast Gohan got an LF. But I think that could honestly be a standalone banner on its own and rake in so much money. They don't need to make it part of Anniversary. So many people want Orange Piccolo. I'm sure Beast Gohan was one of the best banners this game has ever had in terms of monetary gain for Legends. So I think Orange Piccolo could honestly be left out of Anniversary purely because he's so hype on his own. Not saying Vegito Blue isn't, but I think Orange Piccolo could be his own sort of like movie banner, and they make it similar to the Beast Gohan banner, where they drop 2 Sparkings alongside Piccolo, and it just works better as its own standalone thing during one of these months in between Anniversary and Legends Festival. That's the only reason I'm not picking Orange Piccolo, but I think Orange Piccolo is a good shout, and if he came out, I wouldn't be surprised. But I've picked Janemba because Movies hasn't gotten anything since Mr. Gogeta Blue, all the way in Legends Festival. And they love Movies. If you've been playing Dragon Ball Legends for any amount of time, you know how much they love the Movies tag. I think Janemba would be a great one to get an LF. We, of course, have, as I just showed, we have the Ultra Super Gogeta. So I think an LF Janemba would be really nice. Janemba would be a regen unit, which actually I didn't mention this, I don't believe. But Baby is a regen unit. That's another reason I picked him. And I think Janemba being an LF regen unit would go really well with that new Ultra we got, who's trying to help regen come back to life, a revival. And I think this could be really nice. We have Baby as a Sparking for regen, and then we have Janemba drop as an LF to run alongside your Ultra Kid Buu. And that's real happy news for regen fans. And then he buffs Movies, And the color I've picked for Janemba is green, because when you're looking at the sagas from the movies characters, this guy's going to be a year old at that point. So I think green could be a great shout for them. Purple, obviously, I think we're pretty A-okay, even without GB. Like, Broly's, you know, Broly's okay. Pretty set on purple. Blue, I think blue is quite fine for that as well. Then, honestly, red, green, or yellow, I think could be used, but I just picked green, because I think green will also help more with regen, and so that would help out, you know, Kid Buu and the whole regen revival resurgence. Green would work really well. Kid Buu can cover for Janemba. And then the other unit on the banner with the Janemba, the sparking unit I have with Janemba, is Piccon, baby! Let's go! A new Piccon! I know all the Piccon fanboys have been waiting. I think we'd get a Piccon alongside Janemba, and that I have this Piccon as a yellow defense type, because, you know, when he's, like, distracting Janemba, so Goku and Vegeta confused, that's kind of the thought process here. He'll be a defense type, and I made him yellow because if you run him alongside Janemba, he is a yellow unit that then would be defense type, so when they swap in a purple unit, try and kill Janemba, oh wow, would you look at that, my defensive Piccon is here to protect him. That's kind of the thought. The synergy between the two would be really nice, and I went with yellow for him for that synergy, and because I think they could use a new yellow. I mean, red, again, wouldn't hurt, but I think yellow would be nice. And they could drop a purple Piccon if they wanted to potentially think about protecting Super Gogeta in the thought process of, oh, Piccon protected Goku and Vegeta, so they could fuse, and then they became the blue fusion, but I don't think they're going to worry about that. I think they'd more focus on Janemba, so that's why I've gone with those two colors of green and then a yellow defense type for Piccon. I think that would just be good for Piccon. It'd make people want to use Piccon, him being a defense type and helping actually cover for Mr. Janemba. And then we get to our last banner, which I'm not sure if they'll consider it part of Anniversary or not. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, though. And I've put this one here because I think this would be 1.5 months about after we get Vegito Blue. You know, we go through Vegito Blue's whole banner runtime of about 2.5 weeks. That what seems to be Ultra Banner's runtimes. Then we get our Janemba banner, which lasts for a month or so. And then it's been basically a month and a half. And we move on to our last Ultra unit, and that final unit is Ultra Father-Son Kamehameha Gohan. I went with this because I think we're gonna get him soon, you know, as soon as it could be. Not before VB, but I think we'll definitely be getting him, and this would be about 1.5 months, as I said, after Vegeta Blue. They drop a Gohan. In terms of color for Gohan, this is actually kind of tough. I was looking at his different tags, you know, his Hybrid Saiyan. I think Hybrid Saiyan and Sun Fam is what they would look at to buff him. They could go straight into a Cell Saga buff fest, you know, Cell Saga campaign like we just had the Majin Buu one after Anniversary, and drop other things. But again, with Kid Buu doesn't care about Majin Buu Saga. He doesn't buff the tag. You can run him on the team, but he doesn't buff the tag. So he doesn't give a shit about the Majin Buu Saga. So I don't see Gohan really caring about the Cell Saga. And the color I went with for FSK was purple. I know we just got the Super Saiyan Trunks adult, and he's not bad, but purple would help out Sun Fam too. So that's why I went with purple, because it would help out Sun Family and hybrids. Trunks obviously is not Goku's son, so he doesn't get to be on Sun Family. And I think FSK would be an incredibly hyped character. So many people have been wanting him. He'd be kind of like a sneaky last edition. People would be thinking, oh, the Anniversary is wrapping up. We got our Janemba banner after getting our GT and Vegito banner. Janemba's the end of it. Okay, and then they do one last big splash. Hey, come spend your money and get Ultra FSK Gohan. I think that would be a great way to wrap Anniversary, be a fantastic kind of cherry on top of it, and really bring it all together. If I pull up here, you can see this list I have of potential characters. The one in check marks are the ones that I decided to talk about for this video. The other characters that I think could be like Anniversary worthy are, of course, Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but I think VB is going to beat him out. The tag Goku and Frieza, who I mentioned. Orange Piccolo, again, who I also mentioned. I think he could have his own banner and do perfectly fine in terms of making the money that way. And then at the bottom, I think we do need an LF or Ultra God Goku super badly. Ultra Beerus would be great simply because we have LF Beerus. I'm talking about Beerus from the Beerus saga, you know, when you first meet Beerus and he's fighting Goku and is starting to destroy the world. And then I didn't put them in, though, because I think you could drop an LF God Goku and an Ultra Beerus in kind of like a Beerus saga campaign. Because Beerus saga is its own thing. It's not part of sagas from movies, even though it's a movie, but because it's in the anime, it's its own saga. It gets its own anime, or it gets its own saga in Legends, so I think we could get like a, you know, Beerus saga banner with, or events where we get an Elf God Goku and Ultra Beerus in there, so that's why I didn't include them in this. And then an Ultra Frieza, that's like any Frieza, quite honestly. It could be an Ultra from the Namek Saga, it could be an Ultra Golden Frieza from Resurrection F. I think we just need an Ultra Frieza of some form in the game at some point, but I think they'll wait and drop that during like a Saiyan Saga campaign or a Resurrection F campaign, or just at any other point where you could get a Frieza in there. An LOE campaign where they drop some LOE banners, whatever it may be. So that's why I held off on Ultra Frieza. But that is my predictions as of right now. Again, if we get a Zenkai of, like, if UI Saiyan gets a Zenkai in a week, this is going to change. I'm just letting you know that right now. I'm going to make another video where this is going to change. But that's where I stand at this point. We don't have a whole lot to go off of. I really looked through, like, all the data I could think of for this video in terms of when banners have come out, who have we gotten on past anniversaries, in terms of, like, Vegito and all that. So that's how I've come to my conclusion thus far. But we'll see. Let me know your thoughts. Would this be exciting? Would you like this anniversary if they drop these units I mentioned? Who would you like differently? Let me know in the comments down below. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I hope you all are having the best of days, staying happy and healthy out there, and I'll catch y'all